So of course, with the Blue Angels being here, that plays a big role in that. Of course, the Blues also just always do such a magnificent job. So we're very thrilled to have them here this weekend. You know, the Blue Angels travel all across the United States each and every year, performing typically in about 30 or 32 show sites. That's as much as they can accommodate through the air show season. It usually ranges between March and November. Of course, we kind of chase the nice weather here and there. But Jerry Conley is now on the roll to our left in that Havilland Vampire. This airplane was used as a frontline fighter from its introduction in 1945 through about 1953. And while much of the world was still at war, there was a new sound in the skies above Europe, and that would ever change aerial combat and commercial air travel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the left, here comes Jerry Conley and the Vampire. A very low pass to come by. This jet is actually made mostly of wood, but it was indeed a lethal fighter. 4 20mm cannons and a total of 600 rounds. It could carry 8 air-to-ground rockets or 2 500-pound bombs. The Vampire was officially introduced to the British public in June. You'll notice the very distinctive twin boom shape at the rear of the airplane. It was a very experimental design at the time and proved to be very aerodynamically efficient. The Vampire also features a tandem seat cockpit, allowing for both a pilot and a weapons operator, or in the flight training role, a pilot and a student. At over 350 miles an hour, here's Jerry Conley and the Vampire. Many later jet aircraft went on to have what were called afterburners, which performing the 4-point hesitation roll, abruptly stopping the aircraft every 90 degrees throughout the full 360-degree rolling maneuver. Let's give it up for Jerry Conley and the Vampire in the 4-point hesitation roll. Completing the big barrel roll right at show center. Its distinctive shape, that twin boom, tail boom design, and pod-like fuselage made it instantly recognizable from the ground. As he approaches again, this time from the right, for another high-speed photo pass. With over 30 nations operating this aircraft, it had great longevity with a number of 4,800 feet per minute. Another high-speed, low-altitude pass by the Vampire. And a pretty rare sight to have this airplane with us here for Thunder Over Michigan.
Exactly. How exciting is that for all of our Thunder fans out there today to be able to see this right in front of you? Excellent show, too.
Indeed, low altitude as well. A lot of people craning their neck over as he really works the dirt out there. He is a Conley touching down into the Havilland Vampire. We will get him taxied back, and very shortly we will end up launching our famed World War II fighters as we now set up for more Warbird action. This British-built aircraft, designed and manufactured by the de Havilland Aircraft Company, the Vampire was established really to harness that groundbreaking technology of jet-propelled flight. This British aircraft we're seeing was one of the first combat jet types to reach the production lines in 1945, right after the Gloucester Meteor, an airplane that saw some limited action during World War II. But the Royal Air Force, they continued to operate this Vampire up through about 1953. Jerry Conley and the Vampire. Powered by the de Havilland Goblin turbojet engine, max speed 550 to 500-pound bomb. The de Havilland Vampire was the first jet to successfully fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Inbound now from the left, over 400 miles an hour, 25 feet off the deck. You'll notice that very distinctive twin boom design at the rear of the aircraft. That was a very experimental feature at its time. It proved to be very aerodynamically efficient, not only for the airframe, but the engine as well. The Vampire also featured a tandem seat cockpit, allowing for both a pilot and a weapons operator in the flight training role for an instructor and a student. And depending on whose history book you reference, around 4,000 de Havilland Vampires were produced. And this one today, the real deal, one of only about 6 flying anywhere in the United States. Completing the aileron roll right there at Show Center, showcasing off the rolling performance of this 1945 airplane. In addition to those records that I mentioned earlier, the Vampire also set a new world record by British pilot John Cunningham in March of 1948, where he flew upwards to 59,446 feet. You gotta remember back then, 50,000 feet was considered outer space. Completed the 4-point hesitation roll as he stops the aircraft. Every 90-degree angle of bend throughout the full 360. About 4,000 of these Vampires were produced, with a quarter built on license in other countries. The first jet fighter of the Royal Navy was that of a Sea Vampire, a navalized variant of the type which operated from aircraft carriers. The Vampire. Another low altitude, high speed pass from our left. Let's give Jerry Conley and the Vampire a big round of applause. Of course, coming down at very low altitude and in very high speed, giving us a great look at the beautiful lines of the Havilland Vampire. A ceiling of 42,000 feet, flying rate of some 4,500 feet per minute. Avionics, Ultimate Aviation, Acadiana Repair and Powder Coating, and U Avionics. Ladies and gentlemen, in parade review from the right, Jerry Conley at the Vampire. Let's give Jerry Conley a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's his last pass. He's heading back over to the Airboss frequency and he's setting up to land here in just a couple of moments. And Danielle and Bruce, I tell you what, he gets down to about Jackrabbit's hearing altitudes on some of those passes.
That he does. Two very unique performances to kick off the show. It was really exciting, a great way to get through this. I think we got one more pass there, too.
Well, listening into the Airboss, it's all live theater up here, so it looks like Jerry's going to reposition for a quick break to land high and to our left, and give you one more pass, and that's cool with us. All right, he'll be setting up for the downwind to land, doing one quick pass there down our show line. And I tell you what, I'm starting to think that Jerry doesn't like to get too far off the ground. Maybe he's one of those pilots scared of heights or something.
He likes to stay low, definitely. It's great for us. A great performance there from Jerry.
Jerry Conley touching down out there on our runway. He'll be taxiing back into his parking area as the air show action continues here in the skies over Willow Run.
Oh, you know what? He's good.
You can learn more about the Havilland Vampire and Jerry Conley by visiting him online at his social media pages. You can find him on all the socials at Vampire Air Shows. He encourages you, if you get any cool pictures or videos of his performance, to post that over his way. Tag him in Michigan. DTE Energy, Lead Home Water Solutions, the U.S. Army Recruiting Battalion, ATP Flight School, as well as our friends at Firekeepers Casino. The Firekeepers Casino Hotel has the keys to one hot summer. Visit Firekeepers Casino Hotel in Battle Creek